Imagine a substance that could open the mind's closed doors, reduce the weight of anxiety, and dissolve the walls built by depression. Psilocybin, the psychoactive compound in the magic mushroom, seems to promise exactly that, but can a single molecule truly change how millions feel and think? It sounds almost too good to be true. At controlled doses, psilocybin has been shown to reset rigid patterns of a negative thinking, increasing emotional flexibility, and even boost feelings of a connectedness and a meaning. But as always, there is more hiding behind the headline. Psilocybin itself isn't a magic switch. Once inside the body, it transforms into psilocin, a compound that looks surprisingly similar to serotonin, a neurotransmitter essential for mood, sleep, and cognition. Psilocin binds to serotonin receptors, especially the 5-HT2A receptors, lighting up networks deep in the brain. What happens next is remarkable. Parts of the brain that usually don't talk to each other start exchanging information. At the same time, regions that reinforce obsessive, negative thoughts, like the default mood network, temporarily quiet down. This creates a window where the brain becomes more plastic, more capable of rewiring itself. In clinical trials, these changes aren't just about a psychedelic trip. They often lead to real measurable improvements in mental health. One study found that just 2 guided psilocybin sessions produced rapid reduction in depression scores, with effects lasting weeks or even months. Another study targeting cancer patients struggling with anxiety showed similar benefits. After a single high-dose session, anxiety and hopelessness plummeted, and many participants reported feeling more at peace with life itself. What makes this different from traditional antidepressants is the speed and persistence. While SSRIs often take weeks and sometimes feel emotionally numbing, psilocybin's effect can emerge within hours and leave patients feeling emotionally richer than flattered. This isn't a miracle pill. The profound changes depend heavily on the context, the therapist's guidance, the intention behind the use, and the environment. But what researchers call set and setting in clinical setting, patient prepare beforehand and process the experience afterward in integration sessions. Without this structure, psilocybin can be unpredictable. Bad trips, psychological distress, or resurfacing traumatic memories can all occur, and although physical toxicity is low, people with a certain psychiatric condition like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder may be at a higher risk of harm. One hypothesis is that depression and anxiety lock the brain into rigid prediction loops, expecting failure, fearing the future, and rejecting new perspectives. Psilocybin appears to temporarily disrupt these loops. Brain scans show increased connectivity between areas that rarely communicated and a reduced dominance of the default mood network. Subjectively, this can feel like dissolving into something larger, confronting buried fears, or seeing oneself with a fresh compassion. Such experiences, when paired with a therapy, can lead to profound shift in identity and purpose. Recent imaging studies suggest psilocybin doesn't merely disrupt negative thought loops, it also enhances emotional memory retrieval and self-reflectional processing. During sessions, patients often recall forgotten memories with a vivid clarity and emotional intensity, allowing unresolved grief, trauma, or regret to resurface in a new context. This emotional reconciliation appears to reduce the emotional charge much tied to painful memories, promoting healing through exposure and re-evaluation. Additionally, areas like the medial prefrontal cortex and the posterior cingulate cortex, key in a self-perception, show altered activity under psilocybin, which may explain the common reports of ego dissolution or expanded senses of a self. Decades of a stigma and a prohibition kept research away for years, but modern clinical data paint a cautiously optimistic picture. In controlled environments, serious adverse events are rare. A systematic review of over 500 volunteers found no evidence of addiction, organ toxicity, or prolonged psychosis among screened participants. That said, psilocybin isn't entirely risk-free. High doses can trigger panic or a dangerous behavior if users aren't supervised. People with a family history of psychedelic disorders are often excluded from trials due to potential risk of psychotic episodes. And outside medical settings, contamination, dosing errors, or dangerous seizing increase risk considerably. Psilocybin is currently classified as a Schedule I drug in many countries, legally on a per the heroin, but the tide is shifting. Some cities and states have moved to decriminalize its use, and large pharmaceutical companies are racing to develop standardized pharmaceutical-grade versions. If approved, psilocybin-assisted therapy could become a new tool against depression and anxiety, especially for patients who don't respond to existing treatment. But critical questions remain. How often can it be used safely? Who truly benefits? How do we ensure it's available without becoming another expensive, exclusive therapy? Psilocybin isn't magic, it can open doors, but what happens after stepping through them that matters most. The emerging science is promising. When paired with a skilled therapy, psilocybin can help people break free from deeply rooted patterns of fear and hopelessness. But it's not for everyone, and it won't replace lifestyle, social support, or the slow, difficult work or self-understanding. Instead, it may become one piece of a broader approach. Mental health is powerful, yes, but only when used wisely, respectfully, and scientifically.